From early stage struggles to billion-dollar successes, if you truly go searching for some, every corner of the country that you go to, there's a story waiting to be told. It's time to uncover those stories as also the entrepreneurial DNA of Bharat. Let me now make you meet someone who's a passionate storyteller. She's championed 40,000 plus entrepreneurial narratives, shaping India's startup ecosystem since 2008. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Ms. Shraddha Sharma, founder and CEO, Your Story, India's largest digital media platform for startups. As we now transition into our next panel, Uncovering Your Story, the entrepreneurial DNA of Bharat with Shraddha Sharma. I would request her to come up on the dais. And time the conversation together is our esteemed moderator, Mr. Sameer Jain, founder and CEO of Net Solutions, a leading digital consultancy with expertise in technology and business. He drives innovation, scalability, and user-centric digital experiences for global brands and startups. All yours, sir.
Shraddha, welcome to Chandigarh.
Thank you.
And can we all please give her a Chandigarh round of applause? Louder. Thank you. So Shraddha has told so many stories over the years. I have the opportunity to ask you questions. I mean, you've interviewed people, including the Prime Minister. But your story is nothing but extraordinary. I mean, when I was asked to interview you, I started doing some more research on you. And I wanted to ask you, what did it take for a young girl out of Patna to build an institution like Your Story? What did it take? Or what does it take?
Thank you, Sameer. Thank you for having me here. And thank you to TiECon Chandigarh. I'm very impressed to look at the scale of the event and the energy and enthusiasm, and honored to be here. What does it take to... I would say, I think it takes a middle-class India. It takes being born in a middle-class family, because most of us who, and I come from Bihar, I grew up in Patna, and whenever someone asks me, they crib about anything, I just say that we in Patna. And at the time when I was growing up in 80s and 90s, it was very tough. So you start thinking about building a life. You get serious about education. You want to do something. And one thing which I've always spoken about is what stayed with me is the judgment all of us as human beings, all of us have for human beings. We always judge the way someone speaks, the way someone dresses, the way the family background, English कैसा बोलते हैं, पैसे कितने हैं. So हमेशा judgment है. And somewhere I wanted to create a platform where there is no judgment. You matter, what you do matters, and I worked in media, got into very senior roles and everything very quickly, and I realized that media is also very judgmental. So how do you create a place where you tell everyone stories? And God has been kind, we have told 2 lakh stories in the last 16 years. And मुझे लगता है अभी तो picture बाकी है, because India is a country of 1.4 billion people. So how do we go and tell all those stories? So yes, that's been the journey.
Amazing. I'm going to ask you about some of those stories. But in your journey, I mean, did you ever face challenges as a woman entrepreneur? Is it business as usual? Or is it like a woman running a marathon in heels, so to say?
I never wore heels, चप्पल. बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है चप्पल पहनना, क्योंकि अगर आप चप्पल पहने तो धरती से एकदम हमेशा जुड़े हुए, तो गिरने का चांस कम होता है.
So, was it more complex, the journey as a woman entrepreneur? Or, and I ask because there are a number of women entrepreneurs in this room, so love to hear that aspect of your journey as well.
So I would say as an entrepreneur, I've spoken about it as an entrepreneur, especially if you're raising money, if you're raising capital, and you're running a team, and the world, it's so capitalist and it's so money driven that no one looks at you as a woman. इससे कितना रिटर्न मिलेगा, लोग ऐसा देखते हैं, ये नहीं देखते हैं कि कितना ये वुमेन है या मैन. If you can solve the maths, and if I give you money, if you can make money, then no one looks at you as a woman. So I don't think so that was a challenge for me. But yes, being a woman, how should I say, I've always seen it's good to be a woman entrepreneur because you're still such a rarity anywhere and everywhere, so there's an advantage to it also. I think challenge for women doesn't come in the world. We always discuss this, that जब आप स्टेज पे जाते हैं, रोड पे जाते हैं, काम करते हैं, तो चैलेंज होता है women के लिए. I think the challenge for women is at home, and we don't address the challenge at home. And my question whenever I go anywhere is, like to all the men who like me, and generally I've been liked by men a lot, is that are you going to be okay if your wife, your girlfriend, your sister, your daughter, your mother is going to sit on the stage, is going to be working round the clock? Do we have secure, comfortable men? And if we have secure, comfortable men, then I can guarantee you this is, there'll be no challenge for women, leave aside women entrepreneur. That's my...
I'll come back to that question. But really from, when you talked about money specifically and the fact that, it's even the startup ecosystem is run by money, you were able to get money from Ratan Tata, from Berkeley, from Mohandas Pai. What was the stories behind that? How did they discover you, or how did you approach them?
I think all of them made a mistake. So this again I would like to tell to all the entrepreneurs that we think that to raise money you need a very solid story, you need a deck, you need a plan, a business plan. But sometimes what you need is sincerity also. Sincerity of purpose and convincing one person. I'm very, very proud, and I think it will be something I will, if I look back in my journey, I would say just getting money from Ratan Tata was a very big thing for me. So I have to tell you guys this story. I've actually spoken about it, but very quickly, that Mr. Tata told me, like everyone was making very fancy presentation to him, and they were all very successful entrepreneurs. So मेरा था कि मेरा number कब आएगा? मैं क्या बोलूँगी Mr. Tata से? And my number didn't come. By the way, whole night I had not slept manifesting that Mr. Tata will invest in your story and all that, and people were thinking it's ridiculous. Why will he invest in something like that? So next day, everyone was making presentation. The CAC is this, the TAM is this, and this is this to Mr. Tata on food tech and this and that. And I'm like thinking I don't even have a presentation. Honestly, I was nervous. It was a very short notice and I hadn't made a presentation. And then the only thing I noticed is that people are pitching like so seriously, and this is a feedback to all the entrepreneurs and young entrepreneurs that sometimes we get so engrossed in our own story, in our own pitch, that we don't even notice the other person to whom we are pitching. While everyone was presenting, I was looking at the time, that time khatam ho raha hai, and they're speaking such boring things. Then I saw Mr. Tata dozing off, right? In the presentation, he started dozing off and sleeping. Because he had flown from Bombay to Bangalore, and he was flying himself even at a very old age. And I saw his dozing off. That was my moment. I said, Mr. Tata, do you want a cup of tea or coffee? And he woke up and he said, yes, please, coffee. Then suddenly everyone jumped and everyone was like all over him to give coffee and all that. But he looked at me and he smiled. So then, because I knew the presentations were so boring, and that's one session I can always do, that how do you make your pitch, your presentation, or whatever you do interesting. Then anyways, the time was over, and they said, oh, it's done now, no more, sorry. And I was thinking, मैंने पूरी रात भगवान नाम जप किया है कि Mr. Tata invest करेंगे, manifest किया है, secret किया है. How can this happen to me, that he's leaving and I don't get to make the presentation? Then I said, like just 2 minutes. So of course Mr. Tata says to the organizers, I would like to hear for 2 minutes. And 2 minutes, I said, Mr. Tata, I'm going to take 1 minute. And what I told him is, it's also very important to do sometimes homework. So I had read that Mr. Tata had said something. So he had said that it still hurts me that in India of today, where you come from, your background, the money, your parents and all, that still defines where you can go. I dream of an India where everyone has, when it comes to Tata, what you said, I'm doing that. I'm giving everyone a voice, I'm telling everyone a story, I said so fast, and then he said, he started laughing. He said, relax, relax. I said, no, and I said, you have to invest in your story. I just didn't even, we get scared, no, if there's someone like Mr. Tata. I said, now you have to invest in your story because I'm doing what you are saying, so I'm just to invest. Then he started laughing and then he said, you know what you're doing is media. I said, yes, it can be called media. He said, media and I don't get along. So I told in front of everyone, Mr. Tata, you and I will get along. And then he started laughing. And I heard they called me in the evening that Mr. Tata is investing in your story. And he believed in the vision. He believed that every story has to be told and so yeah, that was my...
Amazing. Yeah. It's an amazing story. So, you started off covering the hinterland, the villages, the smaller success stories from smaller towns. Is there any story, and I think Mr. Tata alluded to that as well, that don't just talk about the Bangalores, talk about the stories from the hinterland, right? Is there any story that stands out for you, which defines the real India over the years? You can pick up any story that you think that this is the real India that nobody knows about or we should talk about.
I would again, sorry, but I would again give through Mr. Tata an example of real India, because what he said to me was, so I was at his house and he was not well. He had to go for knee surgery. It was supposed to be a video interview and he said he will not do the video interview but conversation. And in that I asked him that, Mr. Tata, is there a dream, a wish at this stage, you retired and everything, is there a dream or something that you want to, you've still not fulfilled and you want to fulfill? And he told me something very interesting. He said, yes, I want to learn music. And I said, okay, so you can go ahead and learn music. Then he said, yeah, but this music which I want to learn is basically through an instrument, and this instrument costs in some lakhs. And I started laughing that some lakhs for Mr. Tata. I said, yes, Mr. Tata, why are you pulling my leg? I am a middle class person, that some lakhs for some music instrument is a big thing, but you can easily buy anything you want, right? And then he said something that stayed with me, and that is Bharat. And that is India, I would say, our parents and grandparents. And so he said, when I was a child, as a child, I was never taught to spend money on myself. And as I grew up, any money I had, I was always thinking of people around me. So he said that when I'm old, as an old man, a habit which I don't have is to how to spend on my personal thing. I just cannot. If I have money, I will spend it on. I think unicorns should not be celebrated at all. Why should someone celebrate unicorns? I think somewhere it has created a very bad benchmark that bases your valuation, you are celebrated.
Yeah.
I don't relate to that at all. मतलब मुझे तो दिल जला feeling होता है. Again, I have to say, someone very senior in the government called me and he said, Madam, इतने साल से लगी हुई हैं, आप भी तो स्टार्टअप ही कर रही हैं ना? मैंने कहा हाँ सर, मेरा भी स्टार्टअप ही है. तो बोले अभी तक कुछ बनी? सूनिकॉर्न, यूनिकॉर्न, इतने साल से बैठी हुई हैं. मैंने कहा नहीं सर, मैं सूनिकॉर्न, यूनिकॉर्न नहीं बनी, मैं बेबी कॉर्न हूँ और मैं लव कॉर्न हूँ. Then he also started laughing and I said, why do we measure people basis unicorn? The measure should be that if you are doing something, are you creating employment for 4 people, 5 people, 2 people, 10 people? Are you creating that income generation? And that should be celebrated.
Amazing. I did want to talk about failure as well, because a lot of companies struggle, and I'm sure you've seen struggles as well. What is the advice for companies who are unable to scale, who are struggling? How do you persist? How do you keep that dream?
But Samir, मैं ये question करना चाहूँगी. आप कहे कि with the failure you also said unable to scale. मैं कहूँगी कि scale क्यों करें? Scale एक बहुत ही heavy loaded, हमें सबके अंदर pressure है, मेरे अंदर pressure, मुझे board में बोला जाता था scale करो, scale करो. Scale क्या करूँ? Positive story लिखा. नहीं कहाँ किया?
10,000 stories लिखी हो.
2 लाख story लिखे. नहीं मगर स्केल था. मेरे इन्वेस्टर से पूछिए, वो कहेंगे यूनिकॉर्न नहीं बनाई, सुनिकॉर्न नहीं बनाई, बस बात बनाती है. The thing is, I think there's a huge pressure for us as entrepreneurs to scale. Why should we scale? Why don't we do things slowly? Look at deep tech. I met this company M2P. All of you should check out M2P, based again, yes, because day before I was in Chennai. $800 million valuation, extremely profitable, have expanded to different parts of the world. Those guys, to build proper banking tech, they did nothing for 3 years but just build the tech, right? And no one invested in them. Now everyone is investing and chasing them, but just building it slowly is all right. But coming to your question on failure,
what's the advice?
देखो ये एडवाइस नहीं है. मैं कहूँगी कि जिंदगी जिया नहीं जब तक पेन पिया नहीं, तो एंटरप्रेन्योर बनने का क्या मजा है जब तक फेल किया नहीं, राइट? लाइक यू हैव टू फेल. मतलब आई एम अ ह्यूज sucker of failure, pain. How are you an interesting, attractive character until and unless you fail? Just look at people who have never experienced pain. They are the most boring people. And failure to me is सच का सामना, pain का सामना, life का सामना. और जो दर्द नहीं झेला तो वो कैसे entrepreneur है? तो उसको घर में कुछ नहीं करना चाहिए.
अच्छा, time's up, but मैं आपसे एक दो question और पूछूंगा. So, if you were to start today, AI, everything's AI, everything's, less focus. I mean, the amount of focus people pay on stories is not enough, and there's user-generated content, a creator-driven economy. Would you change the way you build your story, or do you think it's more important than ever to write real stories?
So I had met Jensen Huang, who's the founder of NVIDIA, which is today building all the chips and GPU and everything, just a few months back in Bombay. He was in India. And again, I'm just giving a very side answer. One thing he said, that in the world of AI, storytellers will become very, very important. मुझे ये मानना है कि अगर भी आज भी मुझे शुरू करना है, I also think technology, we get obsessed about technology and this and that, but at the core of it, while there are smart people who will build technology, empathy, kindness, emotion, just being there will become far, far more important. And for a change in a country like India, where we are so running, हमें पता भी नहीं हम क्यों कहाँ दौड़ रहे हैं, I think we will have the efficiency to value things like stories.
Okay. I think I've been told that time's up, but thank you so much. I wish I could have asked you more masala questions, like you said, put you in a corner.
These were very easy questions for me.
I know, I'm so sorry.
No, very good. Thank you. You made it easy for me.
No, thank you so much. Thank you,
so
and I hope this is one of the. There'll be more times when you come to Chandigarh and invest in startups.
Yes, thank
you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I just request you to stay back for a minute or so. Well, I'm guilty as charged of having to stop this session. लेकिन in my defense, I will say only one thing कि उम्मीदें वक्त से लगाकर आप शिकवा अपने MC से मत कीजिए. I am defenseless here. Thank you so much, Shraddha, and thank you so much, Sameer sir, for that conversation. बातों से ही नई बातें निकलती हैं, and for the love of baby corns. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Shraddha Sharma, founder and CEO, Your Story, and Sameer Jain, founder and CEO, Net Solutions. Could I request Mr. Rishi Verma from Niche Perfumes and Mr. Arvind from DCM Group to come up and felicitate our panelists. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, please give it up for Shraddha Sharma, founder and CEO, Your Story, India's largest digital media platform for startups. And as a passionate storyteller herself, she's championed 40,000 plus entrepreneurial narratives, shaping India's startup ecosystem since 2008. As for our moderator, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Sameer Jain, founder and CEO, Net Solutions, a leading digital consultancy with expertise in technology and business. He drives innovation, scalability, and user-centric digital experiences.